Hello, Hillside. Lou Northouse here with Pastor Ron, here to chat about our last council meeting, which was March 16. And speaking of things that have happened in the past couple weeks, if you haven't seen the March 22 sermon, you missed a powerful recitation by Pastor Ron about where Jesus can be found in the First Testament. I encourage you to watch it if you haven't, and I'd like to officially thank you. It was very powerful.
God is good.
Inspiring.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. The majority of our meeting really was focused on an update from the land use planning team and the task force that's been doing that. And I thought I might do this by kind of asking questions and answers that I've had people ask me. So the first one that sometimes people will ask is, why are we talking about this now? Something happened? Is it? And the answer is no, there's really nothing that triggered this. There was not a problem or anything. It just is a matter of we've owned the land for over 10 years now, and we want to be good stewards of the resources that God has given to us. And so we've kind of said, all right, is this something that we thought we were going to use for one purpose? We're not going to. So should we do something else with it? Should we sell part of it, develop part of it? How do we want to do with that? What do we want to do with that? And so and we also had recognized that when we had plans to build a sanctuary, we were going to use 2 acres of this land, not all that much of it, but 2 acres of it for parking. And so, it was kind of like saying, okay, what should we do with it? And so we've been asking that question. That's really what triggered it. Another question we'll get sometimes is, are there restrictions on the land? And the fact is it's zoned residential. And the Gaines Township Board seems pretty intent on keeping it residential. And we might be able to get a special use permit if we would sell some of it to a daycare. But for the most part, it seems that, again, we as a church can use it for ministries how we want. But other than that, it's primarily going to have to be residential or something like a daycare. So third question is, what are the options that we're currently considering? The first one is just to stick with what we have and to say, we don't have to do anything right now, and we don't feel like we're being called to do something right now. So we might stay there, maybe put in some green grass and make it a little more usable for families to gather and friends to gather over there. The second option is to sell a portion of it, just probably 2 acres or so, to a daycare facility. That's one of the highest needs. It was the second highest need that was mentioned in our community assessment of what are the needs in our community. Daycare, affordable daycare is such an important thing. And then the third option was to sell 5 or 6 acres to a developer and putting some housing in there. That's what it's zoned for and so on. And so that's one of the options. Interesting with that, we're looking at working with organizations like Inner City Christian Federation or Habitat for Humanity, who will oftentimes work with developers and try to, in a housing development, through subsidies and other things, make some of the homes especially affordable to first-time home buyers. They've done this in urban areas, and they're looking at doing it in suburban areas. And so they've had some contact with us, and we've had contact with them to say, is this something that would work? Could we bless our community by providing some housing that's a bit more accessible for some of those who are in that first-time buyer kind of place? And so that's an option as well. We also, again, are looking at combinations of the above, and who knows if there's something else that somebody might come up with in the next stage of our discussions. And so those are kind of the main options we're looking at, but we'll see where it goes. Fourth question, what about hillside needs? And again, we want to make sure we don't do anything that we're going to regret later on and say, oh, we should have thought of this. And so we're talking with staff with the long-range planning and just trying to make sure that we don't lose a valuable asset without making sure that we don't really have plans for it. So that we are trying to make sure we do that. And then finally, what about if I have thoughts and questions I want to share or ask? Well, we've got a number of times coming up where we just want to get some information and find out what you're thinking, find out what you think of some of the options we put together. And so I want to get these right. Right now we're looking at Sunday, April 26th at 4 or 5. We'll get the specific time. Wednesday, April 29, probably about 7 p.m. in the evening. Both those will probably be online as well as live events. Sunday, May 3, we're looking at doing something during the 11 o'clock service, so you can come to the first service and stick around and get that information that way. And then we also plan to have time at the Congregational Meeting where we will talk about this as well. So, really looking forward to getting your thoughts on it, and just, again, seeking God's leading for what we do with that resource at this time.
Thank you. So the one option that you did mention of building a 10,000 square foot parsonage, is that off the table?
No, I didn't make it.
Yeah, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
On a serious note, the process is underway right now for finding nominees for several positions at Hillside, both council members, shepherd leaders, service leaders. Deb Oskam is working very hard and contacting several of you, and we're asking you to pray for the process that the right candidates and right number of candidates are willing to serve. So if you'd walk alongside us on that process, we'd truly appreciate it.
Yeah, and if you don't want to pray about that, Lou, you can just stay on everybody could just stay on.
A theme that's been mentioned before, Ron. We'll see where God leads us.
All right. Another thing we discussed was the Classis meeting we had. Again, Classis is a group of about 16, 17 churches in our area that are all part of the Christian Reformed Church. And we get together 3 times a year and do some business and support each other. And so Tom Deephouse and Rich Avila and myself went as delegates. I went as we all 3 went as delegates. Couple of 3 things we did. One is that there were 6 students who are from our classes who are currently studying to become ministers in one way or another. And so we prayed for them, encouraged them, and it's always good to see God raising up new leaders in that way. Also heard from our own Eric O'Connell, who talked about a classes-wide evangelism training session that's going to take place here at Hillside on April 25. That's a Saturday, and so I'd love to invite all of you to that. And so it should be a great day of learning and practicing and trying to grow God's kingdom by bringing new people into it. And then finally, we also selected delegates to Synod this summer. And we've got 2 elders and 2 pastors who are going to go, and I am one of the pastors who's going to go again. And hopefully we continue to move forward. And a few things yet that Synod is dealing with about with kind of things, some of the challenges we faced recently. And so I thought maybe helpful for me to be there and share some of our thoughts as well from a place like Hillside. Yeah. So.
We are spoiled to have Ron. We appreciate your willingness to serve at Synod, and we are very confident that you'll represent us well and our classes and the church. So thank you. Thank you very much. Lastly, in council, Andy reported on the financial status. He was pleased to report that contributions have exceeded expenses for this fiscal year by about $120,000. So we're very thankful to you, and that our vital and impactful services and initiatives are fully funded. So we appreciate that. He also presented the 26-27 first draft of the budget. It's about 6% over this past year, which is similar in an increase to the past few years. It did include some significant increases in property insurance and healthcare insurance. It also includes a nominal cost of living increase, but Andy also pays attention to what the salaries are for similar churches to ours. So, some staff might get a little bit more of a increase to keep pace with the industry. I don't know if you call church an industry, but what we do. Let's see. Plus, on the exciting news side, the budget currently also includes a portional match to a retirement fund that is new this year for Hillside. So it's an opportunity for staff to contribute to a retirement fund through Hillside, and we're fortunate enough to be able to help them a little bit in that endeavor. So
it's a good gift.
Yeah, it's awesome. It should be celebrated. So we thank the finance team, we thank Andy, we thank all the staff for being incredible stewards of the resources that you and God has given Church Hillside to use. So thank you very much.
All right. Again, if you have any questions, give us a call or shoot us an email. But blessings to you on this Holy Week. Again, we have a service Thursday night at 6:30, and love to have you join us for that, and then Easter Sunday morning. So have a great day. Thanks.
Thank you.